Impact Wrestling Zone, Trey Miguel, Spider Trey coming at you live, and you are watching Count It Out with Mike and Tyler.
Listening to Count It Out with Mike and Tyler.
Well, we are live, pals, and welcome to another edition of the Bill Apter Seal of Approved Count It Out with Mike and Tyler. My name is Tyler. I am joined by Mike, and damn, did that feel good to say again. It's been a minute.
Who's that? Who's there?
Listen, not a knock on you at all. You've done a great job holding the show together, Mike, but there's just something different when I do the We Are Live, pals. All right, that's my gimmick, brother. That's my gimmick, brother. But fantastic shows the last couple of weeks. Really enjoyed having Danny and Adam on there. We had the Waiting interview. As usual, I take my typical January Blue Meanie interview was great as well. I usually take my January vacation. I'm going to be sporadically appearing on the show off and on over the next couple weeks, just while I deal with some busy life things going on that need my attention. But I had some free time this week, and I said, hey, man, can I come back on the show and play? And here I am back
and
again.
Here you are. We did have, I do want to thank everybody who helped put the show together over the last few weeks, because, you know, I said this on, I think on Tom's show, and I think I said this on the radio.
Tom Talks Rubbish.
Yes, and I think I said this on when we were on with the draw, that we are such lucky guys that when we need it, we have such a great crew of friends and you know, colleagues that'll just jump in and help. We've never not put out a show, and when one of us can't do it, someone's always ready to jump in and help. And, you know, the fact that I was able to throw a show together last week, and now I'm not worried about the world canceling me. You didn't cancel me for having Danny on, and that's special.
First of all, I'd just like to thank Danny for showing up for his booking for the show, because that Danny and Count It Out shows, who knows, right?
No, that's a great job, and I wish he could hear that rib, but I don't even think he knows what he was doing. I think he thought we were just on the phone, because he doesn't know I have a podcast.
That's fair. That is fair.
Yeah.
But no, a very, very fun chat with you guys. And yeah, we've done some cool stuff. Just to backtrack a little, like, you know, I haven't been on the show, and, you know, doing the draw with those boys was fantastic.
That was fun. Yeah,
that was really cool to like hear us on the radio. Like I listened to it live. It just so happened that the show came on when I was about to drive home from work, and it was really cool to hear, like, you know, oh, coming up after this commercial break, we've got the boys from Count It Out. It was fun, man, and what a great conversation. And if you guys are able to find the rest of that, the full thing we did, there's still some stuff left on the cutting room floor, and we had really fun conversations. And I really hope to
it's all on
have us
their
back.
Patreon. Yeah, it's all on their Patreon page. The whole, because I don't know how long on the radio we were, like maybe 15 to 20 minutes. We talked to those guys for like an hour.
Yeah, very fun.
So if you want to hear the whole thing, I do believe they have that on their Patreon page. Really worth the I don't know how much they charge, but whatever it is, it's worth it, I promise.
I know you want to do some housekeeping, but before you do, I just want to give a shout out to a couple things, because I haven't been here. But I really enjoyed your conversation with our good friend. Let me try to do this correctly here. Tom Talks Rubbish. That's how he does it. He says it so fast. I love it.
He does so fast.
But yes, you had a great conversation with Tom. Also, check out Adam Colton's conversation with Tom.
Very next week. We were back to back on Tom, yeah.
And I will be messaging you, Adam. I know you're listening to this, but I really, really enjoyed your conversation. And I want to talk to you privately about some things that you said, because a lot of stuff you said really hit home and resonated with me. And you had some very kind words. And I want to publicly acknowledge that they really came at a time that was much needed for me, and I really appreciated it. And I will be messaging you privately as well to talk more details about that.
But
Also,
go
so
ahead.
I was just going to say, also, while we're just talking about Tom, big shout out to Tom and the work he's doing. It's phenomenal. He's got waiting. We kind of helped steer the ship to get waiting on his show, and I'm
Nice.
really excited to hear that. But I do have to tip my cap to you because out of myself, out of Adam, out of Jonah, Mike is the draw. His views on Tom's show have surpassed all of us. So you are the champion
Which,
of the counted out universe on Tom Talks Rubbish.
which I don't understand at all. I thought we had a good interview, but the quote made me look like an angry man. Maybe
I
maybe
loved
that's the
it,
draw. Maybe that's the draw. Maybe they're like, out of all the quotes you could have used, that's the one that's like, that guy hates wrestling. Let's listen.
and
But
I
no,
just it's so nice though that people see what I have to deal with. A very accurate quote. And just to give it one last shout out to Tom, if you want and you can, go subscribe to his channel at Tom Talks Rubbish on YouTube. You will not regret it. He's a great guy, and I really hope to have him on our show sometime soon. Once,
that's what I was about to say. I'm waiting until you are more available. That's not a show I want to do on my own. I want Tom to come on. Tom has interviewed you. He has interviewed me. Now I want him to come on and just the three of us do something fun together.
absolutely,
Uh,
I will not miss.
I
I will not miss that
Yeah.
show. Absolutely.
So thank you, Tom, for everything you do, and thank you for making us look really good.
Yeah.
With that said, the only piece of housekeeping I have left, after thanking all the people like Blue Meanie and Wei Ting and Adam and Danny for holding down the fort with me while uh, Tyler was on sabbatical, let's call it, his well-earned rest. I was
I
going to call
take
it holidays, but it was not a holiday for you at
no,
all.
it's definitely not a holiday. No rest for the
So,
wicked, buddy.
no. So the only piece of housekeeping I have left, I want to direct you guys somewhere. If you're listening to this on Thursday, this coming Tuesday, the 17th, February the 17th, be sure to listen to everywhere you find your podcast. Doesn't matter where, YouTube, Spotify, everywhere. The debut episode of Talk Solid Wrestling is coming out. That's
Yes,
my
I'm
friend and
pumped.
yours, Adam Contant, his very first episode of Talk Solid Wrestling with the one and only, the counted out veteran himself. He was at Cowbell Championship Wrestling. Uncle Custom Marcus Ryan. He's the very first guest on that show, which is very fitting if you know anything about Rock Solid Wrestling. And then the very next week, which I believe is the 24th of February, yours truly will be on the show.
You got the number two spot.
I got number two. I'm number two.
You're
I'm number two.
You bet your Wookie.
Exactly.
Speaking of The
Love
Simpsons,
that.
what a great segue
Yes.
this is.
Great segue.
Since I've been gone, I figure I would come back with a treat for everybody.
Since you've been gone.
Okay, easy now. I think we're gonna get copyright infringements now because that was so good. But I decided to come back with a gift for everybody. I had the absolute pleasure and opportunity to sit down with one of the fastest rising stars and a guy that's really making all of Ontario wrestling super proud.
Just
But
look good.
at Barrie Wrestling a couple weeks ago, I got to sit down with the one and only the V guy, throw him up for Vaughn Vertigo. And I think that today is a great day that we're going to go ahead and put that out. So we're going to talk
Absolutely.
little Simpsons. We're going to talk all about the cool stuff he's doing. The guy took an unprettier from Christian. You're going to hear it all. And I think it's time that you hear it right now.
All right, Tyler here, counted out with Mike and Tyler, and I am sitting.
Where's Mike?
Well, we got a big fill in for Mike.
I guess I'm Mike. Yeah.
Because Mike's not a world traveler.
Okay. Well.
Mike's not one of the best independent wrestlers in North America.
Okay. Now you're bigging me up here.
I bet you Mike doesn't even know half of the characters in The Simpsons.
Dude, that's fair. That's fair.
But you know who
he doesn't
does?
know Handball Man.
Well, that's right. Right? And now bang, I can just see him getting hit in the groin now, right? But you know who's all of that and more? It is the V guy. Throw it up, Vaughn Vertigo. Long overdue. Welcome to Count It Out.
Thanks for having me.
So I don't even know where to start with you because you're on fire right now.
Sure.
The whole world is starting to figure out what we've known in North America for a long time, and especially in the Ontario scene, that you're one of the best going. And now, the United States getting to see that.
Yep.
Europe has seen that. Let's start last year, WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah.
You were in Las Vegas. You were in the Collective, like that big prestige show, like the memorial show. I can't remember the name of it there.
Yep.
In there with TJ Perkins.
I think that was a wild 7-way match. That was the WrestleCon show at Palms. That was the Collective venue, I believe. Yeah, TJ Perkins, super crazy. Manders, Danhausen, Cheeseburger. This is something. Oh, Mike D. Mike D was now in NXT. I don't forget him. Yeah, just a wild cast of 7 people in a scramble. And then, yeah, I wrestled for Prestige that night as well. Myself and Manders drove across the city right after that match. So we missed Minoru Suzuki and Butterbean, unfortunately.
Is it unfortunate, though?
Well, so actually, I was at a Carlo and somebody pointed this out to me that I'm part of the worst rated cage match show of 2025. It was that show.
Okay.
That was apparently the worst rated show last year because it had Minoru Suzuki and Butterbean and also had like the Mickey James Maki Ito match.
Yes.
Not like, so you know that was an accomplishment for me to be a part of the worst show last year.
At your first WrestleMania week.
Second. Technically, 2019, I wrestled Kip Sabian in New York City as part of WrestleMania weekend. So it kind of is my second.
So what's the plans this year? Are we going to expect to see you back in Vegas again for?
That's the hope. Yeah, I'm hoping to be back in Vegas, do a lot more US this year. Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
Kind of very similar goals to last year.
You know, and something I really love is you've been over to Europe a lot. And you've 14 times, wow. And you've really opened the door like for a lot of other Ontario guys to go over there. You're kind of the guy that set the path, like that blueprint to an extent.
Yes and no, but I also look at Bailey as somebody who set the blueprint. People before that, there's Sami Zayn when he was Generico and Kevin Owens and guys who have went over. Maybe they didn't stay in Europe for 2 to 3 months like I have, but they certainly set the blueprint of kind of this Canadian UK relationship.
And now you've had some huge matches in Ontario, and I want to kind of highlight a few of them. And a big one that you had was in C4 with Mustafa Ali.
Yes,
a lot of attention to that match. How do you look back on that match, your experience with Mustafa Ali?
Almost surreal. I really don't want to watch that one back just because it was a very stressful day for me. I think I was his 3rd or 4th match after leaving WWE, and he I guess 2 years prior he had quote tweeted a promo I did going to Europe, and that actually got me some eyes to do Progress and to do ICW over there. So he had opened doors for me without even knowing the guy. And then when I did WWE Extra Work, I saw him walk down the hallway, and I was like, I gotta stop him and talk to him about this. So I thanked him for it, and then we had a little chat about some things, and then we kind of kept in contact. And then as soon as he was able to take independent bookings, I was like, oh my gosh, somebody needs to book this. And C4 was the one to jump on it. So that day is very special to me. That match is very special to me. CM Punk always talks about how when Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio were on the Indies for a very brief period after that WCW run they had, CM Punk worked him, and he felt like he realized he knows nothing. That's how it felt.
Cool.
That's how I felt wrestling
cool.
Ollie. I felt like I know nothing, and now I need to learn so much more because I'm wrestling this man.
Well, that's not the first time that that wasn't the only time that you guys did some interaction. We saw you on TNA Wrestling.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. How did that all come together? You had a big moment there with him on TNA Wrestling.
I roll up to the venue to come help out. Most people, when you go to TNA, you're supposed to be there for the 4 days to help out the setup and everything. I got to the venue that day, and I was told not to expect anything because the people that have been here for 4 days should get the opportunities, of course. But when I walked in the venue, Ali saw me from across the room, and he's like, Vertigo, you're here? Awesome. I need you for something. You're going to be a plant in the crowd who's a Mike Bailey fan, which is fine, easy. I am a Mike Bailey fan. You're going to start some chants, going to be ruckus, and then I'm going to pull you over the barricade and just beat the shit out of you in the ring. So that's what it was. That was it. I got to heckle Ali in front of his hometown crowd, and then he beat me up in front of the audience. Yeah, so it was.
I marked up.
And Mike Bailey saved me.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Your hero, Mike Bailey. You're number one
fan.
fan. We also saw you on AEW TV. Now I know you're a massive Hardy Boys fan growing up, right? They were your guys. As with me, bucket list item. I got to interview them last year, so that was cool for me.
Yep.
I go back as a Hardy Boy fan to like the Daisy Duke tights on Sunday Night Heat against Duke Cool because I'm a little old, so they were like my guys. So for you though, to get to step in the ring with one of their biggest rivals, you took the unprettier from Christian. Is that like
crazy?
Like is that a moment where like you in the backyard doing your Hardy Boys and kind of playing off your love for them?
Well, that's not Hardy Boy, sure. best of all time. But let's not look past Edge and Christian here.
Absolutely.
Two Canadian boys from Orangeville who made it. Christian, probably the most underrated wrestler of all time.
I agree.
His run in like 2004, 2005. And then when he goes to TNA, his work there is incredible as well. So I had a little funny moment with Christian where we were kind of figuring out like who was going to be taking what. So I'm pretty the Shatter Machine and the Kill Switch, and I'm thinking in my head I don't want to take the Shatter Machine, but I'll take a spear or Kill Switch. And Kill Switch was the first thing that came up, and I was like, I'll take that. And he had asked me, well, I had brought up that I was trained by Rob Fuego, and he trained with Fuego because they came out from the same school under Ron Hutchinson, and he said to me, "Oh, actually, maybe we'll use somebody else for the Unprettier," which was very funny, very on brand of him. So, but no, he was very, very cool to work with.
You're very active on social media.
Yeah.
I love
Active.
Yeah,
Definitely.
but you make such creative reels. Like I saw on your TikTok the other day, you made this reel of everybody you've like cool guys you've been in the ring with.
Yeah, and very like random people. Yeah,
I saw one. I got to ask you about Too Cold Scorpio.
so
You get in the ring with Too Cold
Too
Scorpio.
Cold was living in Montreal for some reason with his wife. I don't know why. He was at C4 regularly for a whole season there. He was tagging with Brett Banks. Whereas I think I was 19, he would have been 21, I think. And we just got thrown in a tag match against Too Cold Scorpio and Brett Banks, which is some of the most wild things I've ever seen. And I do remember that Too Cold. People always ask me like if there's anything wild that happened. Planning with him was funny, just because he's too cold. But he did say at one point he's like, I might go a little ECW on you, and he walked away. And Forrest and I were like, what exactly does that mean? What does that mean? You know?
I mean, look out, fans! I would say.
I guess.
You're going in the crowd. I don't know. You had some pretty crazy moments with the Sandman in ECW for sure. You mentioned Flares. Of course, I can't not bring him up. And Alexia Nicole. You guys have been a staple of the Ontario scene. Can you just talk a little bit about what it's meant for you on a personal level, coming up with those two and just sharing your dreams together?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been. I've had two people to lean on where we felt very early on that we weren't the ones who companies were per se. They weren't looking at us as the future, and we kind of stuck together along with guys like Shane Saber. We kind of stuck together and thought, no, we are the future. We're going to show you. And some of these people who they were thought the future weren't there, 5 years from now. But we're going to grind and we're going to work and show people what we could do. So having them lean on was absolutely incredible way to start in this.
Absolutely. And somebody else who believes in you guys in the future was Josh Alexander.
Yep.
Very beautiful moment.
Absolutely.
You guys had the triple threat in Northern Crown.
Yes.
Beautiful moment with Josh, giving his
The only time I teared up in the ring.
Really, eh? What exactly was that moment to you like that got you so emotional?
He's just the most he's locker room leader. He is the Ontario. It's the Ontario Undertaker. He hates being called that, but that's what we refer to him as. He's the guy that you look up to the most, and you want to make a good impression with him. So for us, that was a really special moment because it was kind of him saying like, you guys are now like, I'm leaving. This is now your place to take over. Whereas I to run the Ontario indie scene and take care of it in his absence, kind of thing. It was just very emotional because I mean, to just have that respect from him for him to do that for us. We just want to do him proud by that.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's bang on though. You guys do such a great job representing the Ontario scene, now taking over all of North America. Just a couple more quick ones for you here, because I know you got a big match you're preparing for tonight. Motor City Machine Guns. What a match. I was there live for that one.
Yeah.
What was that like to get to step in the ring with, at the time, the reigning TNA Tag Team Champions?
Yeah. Very, very cool. Obviously, Motor City Machine Guns, some of the most innovative wrestlers of all time, most influential tag teams of all time. Stressful, and then even added more stressful when Aiden Prince breaks his leg right before we go out. And to watch him come to the back of his broken leg, and we have to go out to our entrance, which kind of, in a way, threw us off our game for a little bit, but we were able to get back in it. But it's just one of those moments where I cannot think of Aiden because he was a part of our faction there.
Yeah.
It's such a part of our team there. But I mean, obviously wrestling with Motor Machine Guns, we had to pull together and pull off a great match.
And it was a great match. So the last thing I ask you here, before I let you go, I can't talk to you and not talk a little Simpsons with you. I have to do it because when I announce you and Barry, it's always from North Havenbrook, Ontario, which pops me every time. So there's a couple Simpsons.
It's to pop people like you.
Well, that's it, and it gets me every time. I know Mike Jeffries. We'll go with that name for him. He always mentions something Simpsons related, which is fun. So I got to ask you then. Everyone likes a good Mount Rushmore.
Oh God. Okay.
I'm not going with best Simpsons characters because I want to know your Mount Rushmore of deep cut Simpson characters. Like the guys, like we mentioned the Hans Momans earlier.
Yeah.
Those
So,
type of guys. No Homers and Barts. And
no, like
big
no main
dog.
characters
Yeah.
per se. So,
What's your favorite deep cut Simpson character?
I would say Hank Scorpio is my favorite one-off.
Love
character,
it.
So he has to be on there. So that's top 5 for me. I think Hans Moleman might be on there. He's a very good pick.
Yeah.
There's not a single line that he says, but it's an absolute money. Maybe. God, there's so many good ones. I would maybe go with Barney as well.
Barney's great. Yeah.
Barney's incredible. There's a lot of really good lines from him. And Jasper would be another one. Honestly, the entire retirement folks.
Yeah.
They don't know what's going on.
Jasper's dancing with no pants on.
Jasper's dancing with no pants. And SSC taking little girl. There's a lot of really good ones from him.
So what's the best song in the history of The Simpsons? So I got one for me, and it's a no-brainer for me. It's the softball song.
Yes,
I think that's my favorite Simpsons.
It's gotta be that one or the Monorail song.
Monorail's great. The See My Vest.
See My Vest.
I'll give you a deep cut one for me. Is the Planet of the Apes, Dr. Sayers.
Oh my God, Dr. Sayers.
Yes. What's wrong with me? Yes, very very good. I love it. And then the last one, then give me a couple of your favorite Simpsons episodes.
Well, definitely the Hank Scorpio episode, season 8. I'm forgetting the name right now. You only move twice. Cape Fear with Sideshow Bob is a huge one.
Yeah,
for me.
There's another one that you could put on that Mount Rushmore. Sideshow Bob.
Oh, Sideshow Bob for sure could be on that. Let me see here. This is a Mount Rushmore, so I need 4.
You could do just a couple if you want. I put you on the spot with one Mount Rushmore. I don't want to torture you with another one unless you want to give it to us.
Same. Trying to think of the comfort episodes like.
Baseball one for me,
yes, the baseball would 100% be on that,
and especially because I'm like a little older than you. So
I don't know.
Those were all my baseball players.
Anything about baseball, but it's one of the most incredible episodes of all time.
Daryl.
I think that's one of those things because I started watching Simpsons when I was 8 years old or something. Where every time I watch it, I get a little more. I get the references a bit better.
Yeah.
I would go with those 3.
I like the one where Homer's getting stoned. He's like, they call them fingers, but I never see him fing. The auto line. Yeah, I could talk.
The problem is they're all good.
They are. They are so good, and you are so good at what you do, and I appreciate taking the time.
Oh, no worries.
You make us all super proud, and we love, especially when you come around and see us here in Barrie still. I didn't even get to ask about Barrie, so that'll be a part 2.
We'll have to do another one.
But
man,
absolutely, sign me up for that. Sure. Really quick, let the people know where they can follow your journey, and thank you for joining us.
So at Vaughn Vertigo on, I guess, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I think that's the most of it. Patreon as well. I get Patreon. Well, that's it.
All right, we'll throw them up. Vaughn Vertigo. Thank you, my friend.
That wasn't a scissor. It was just.
Yeah. All right, well, there you have it. Thank you very much again to Vaughn Vertigo. And leave some comments down below if you agree with his Mount Rushmore of underrated Simpsons characters.
You want to know what's funny about that? I have commented in the comment box of that reel or whatever about 30 times and then gone and erased it and then rewritten and erased it and rewritten. I still haven't posted it because mine have changed so many times. There's some characters I can't believe he didn't mention. Like I think Ralph Wiggum is like going right back to you met my Wookiee. There's nothing Ralph Wiggum has ever said that hasn't made me rolling around laughing. So he's on my list. But then the other 3 is.
I loved his pull of Hank Scorpio.
I do love Hank Scorpio.
For me, I think.
Yeah. You ever see a man say goodbye to a shoe?
I would give a strong consideration to Frank Grimes on the show. I love Frank Grimes. Maybe a little side.
other than the rant he does before he dies, I didn't find him that funny.
I like Frank Grimes. A big fan. I also am a big fan of Sideshow Bob as well. He would be in.
Sideshow Bob would probably be on my list. Little honorable mention because I don't think he makes my list, but I gave a thought to Jay Sherman,
Okay.
the critic.
Yeah,
Just that
yeah,
one
yeah.
episode, he makes
Well,
me laugh so much in that show.
to be fair though, that was a crossover show,
Hmm.
right?
Which is why
Because,
he can't really qualify for the list.
but again, leave the comments. The monorail guy, I can't remember his name right now. He was pretty good. Mr. Burns is a good one.
Troy McClure,
Troy
I can't
McClure,
believe it was not mentioned.
Duffman,
Yeah,
Duffman
Duffman.
can't
Yeah.
breathe. Oh
No,
no!
no, he did. There was a character mentioned. I'm starting to wonder where do you draw the line between main characters and obscure or downplay characters? Because somebody mentioned Barney during that
Yeah,
episode.
Vaughn. That
Eh,
Mike Jeffries, a commentator from Barry Wrestling, he questioned Vaughn on that one. It is
yeah.
Barney. Barney's
I
not a
consider him.
main
I consider
character, but
him. I
he's like a
consider
second tier.
Him and Mo, and even Lenny and Carl, because Lenny and Carl would be high on my list too if I
Mhm.
didn't consider them like kind of the main cast, right? I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's a hard one to call. They're not the official main cast, but they get a lot more screen time than some of the offbeat characters.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, I guess we should talk about wrestling.
Let's move on. Yeah.
Unless we want to talk about football. I know Rob Everett would love that.
I don't want to.
No,
Football end,
football ended.
football ended in the beginning of or back in December for me.
Football ended when Joe Burrow got hurt. So I guess we'll
Foot-
talk about the Elimination Chamber then. We have
football ended when you sent me $300.
yeah. Although I did win a championship this year. But let's talk Elimination Chamber. We have the men's Elimination Chamber. We have two men officially qualified for it. We have Randy Orton, who qualified on SmackDown, and some other guy, I don't know, LA Knight, I don't know. He qualified last night on Raw.
Yeah.
He no. I don't. Again, we have another qualified match that's been announced for next week. It is going to be Dominic Mysterio going up against Javon Evans and
Nice.
going up against Gunter, which is a very unique and fun match.
The triple threat match?
All these qualified matches are triple threat matches.
Really?
Yeah. So
Interesting.
last night was LA Knight, Austin Theory, and ah, name missing out of my head at the moment. But either way, LA Knight got the win
Now,
because of the
is
mask
it
man.
so what do you think? Is this a way to have Gunther beat the crap out of two guys, or is this a good way to protect Gunther and not have him get pinned?
Oh, it was Penta was the other guy. Sorry, that wasn't that match.
Oh,
I
sorry, I'm confused now because I thought you said it was Dominic,
sorry, it was I
Javon,
was
and
talking about
Gunther.
who LA Knight was in the match with. LA Knight, Austin
Oh, I
Theory, and
see.
Penta was the match. LA Knight
Gotcha.
won, which I think Penta would have been my call to put in the chamber.
Same here.
I do think that I think they should put Javon Evans in the chamber over these
I
guys
do
right
too.
now.
Yeah.
I
Now,
I
don't get me wrong. I wouldn't. You know how much I love Dom, so I wouldn't cry. But Javon would be my pick.
I just think Dom and Gunther have other things going on right now,
Hmm.
and Javon just does he could use it, you know. I think keep the momentum going
Side
with him.
side tangent in a minute for a second. Holy crap! Is Dom the biggest babyface in the world in AAA?
No, they love him, eh?
Well, but I think he's playing a baby over there, is he not?
I don't
Because he's
know.
he's going up against the Hojiko Viking
Oh,
guy.
he'll Viking, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, like
Hojiko. You're like,
because he's in a
yes.
he's in a whatever. He's in a program with him, and it looks like that guy's the heel in it.
So that guy is the top heel in AAA. The fans turned on him because the top babyface at the time was Alberto Del Rio. The
Hmm.
fans in AAA loved Alberto Del Rio. And obviously when WWE bought them, they told Alberto to hit the bricks and tried to shove Vikingo in his place. And the fans
Yeah.
were like, fuck you. Not having it with him. So they leaned into the heel turn.
Well, it's kind of like El Grande, because I feel like El Grande is a massive baby in AAA, and then a heel in the States. It's
Which one
it's
though,
give it
Mike?
it's give
Original
it's
El
give
Grande or
yeah.
El Grande?
But it's funny. Could Dom Mysterio be like today's Bret Hart
I was just gonna say that.
over in Mexico, but hated in the States? I kind of love it.
I mean, he is the greatest Mysterio of all time, so
Uh-huh.
who knows? Who's
Hell,
your
he might even
early?
be the greatest Guerrero of all time.
That's a possibility. Who's your early prediction? Who you want to see win the Chamber and head to WrestleMania this year?
Okay, well, is anybody in yet other than LA Knight?
And Randy Orton.
LA Knight and Randy Orton are in for sure.
Who do you think? Who do you think we should see in there? I think we see Javon in there. I think we
Okay.
see. I think we see Cody in there,
I was thinking Cody,
and
but
I think
now
we
I'm
see Jacob
confused because
Fatu in there.
now I'm confused though, because um Cody's big Raheem promo the other night lead which had me in stitches, by the way, leads me to believe that he's going to pull a Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 20 and get himself into Roman and CM Punk's match.
I don't think so. I
Did
think
it not not
that
did
would be
it did it did
bad.
it did it not give that vibe though?
I think he just wanted to acknowledge that, like, hey, like, I'm still the man, right?
Okay.
Like, you guys, and they did mention, I think they mentioned his name in their promo, but he was just saying, like,
Is
you guys are sitting there having your dick measuring contest. The thing is, here's the thing, though, that I hope Cody is kind of careful of, because John Cena fell into this thing. If you're gonna come out and like cut this fiery promo,
mhm.
it sounds really lame when you're like, you want to have a, you know what, measuring contest?
Yeah, if you're gonna say it.
Say it or
And that,
don't.
yeah, and you have to. And I get it. There's certain people who get away with this, because I was gonna use The Rock as an example. When The Rock wants to come out and say it, he just says it. Now, The Rock has advantages that most people don't, so I get that. But we're at a point where, guess what, Cody? You're one of those guys. I don't know if you understand that. You're one of those guys who can get away with shit.
Well, but I guess they gotta watch. Because I don't know. Is SmackDown where is SmackDown aired now? Anywhere? Because in Canada we get it all on Netflix. We get
Yeah,
everything on Netflix. SmackDown still might
it's
be
on,
on
isn't it?
TV.
It is, but isn't it, I think it's still in USA, isn't it?
I have no idea.
Hmm.
We'll have to ask our America friends.
Yeah, not sure. We
But
get everything's on Netflix for us. So
yeah, it's great. So it's the only
yeah,
thing Canada has the
one place.
advantage of. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep your higher lower currency rates. We're gonna take Netflix, brother.
Exactly.
But
Um, to answer your question, uh, Cody. It all depends on what road Cody's going to go down. I don't know if he should be winning this thing. What's is Drew booked at Elimination Chamber?
no, I doubt he'll have a match.
So it pretty much guaranteed that Drew will be champion at WrestleMania?
I mean, nothing's guaranteed, but it's looking pretty likely right now.
Okay. Really would have liked to see Sammy.
I mean, Sammy could still get in there.
Yeah, I know. But I don't know if that's the WrestleMania match the people want.
It's not.
No, it's not.
I think we're gonna end up with the triple threat at WrestleMania, and I think that's the right call.
What's your triple threat? Not the
Jacob
triple H.
Jacob
Oh,
Fatu, Jacob
oh,
Fatu, Cody, and Drew. I'm really into what
and
they're
I'll go
doing.
back to and I just don't understand. And we've discussed this off air, but I'll say the same thing I said off air. I just don't get you with your Braun Breaker's not ready, and this guy isn't ready, and this guy is ready. But Jacob Fatu, who's barely gotten his diaper off, is ready for WrestleMania main event. I don't think so.
It's not that they're not ready. It's just not time yet. It's too soon for Breaker. He's ready, but
And I
it's too
and
soon.
I and I and I do not think that it's time for Jacob.
I think that this does more for Jacob than it would for Braun. Because I don't
Well,
think Jacob wins at WrestleMania, and I don't think Braun
no,
should win at WrestleMania if he were in a title match.
I
So
think I
I
think
think a
I
loss would
I
hurt
think
Braun
Braun.
more.
No, and I don't agree. I think Braun could survive a loss. I don't think Jacob can.
I think if you wait till September, October, and pull the trigger on Braun, it means more than losing at Mania.
Like, I'm not mad that he's not at Mania, but I don't
Well, he
think
might
that
not even
Jacob
be
is
on
the answer.
WrestleMania at all now. He's hurt, right?
So yes, that's one thing we got to take into consideration. So does that screw up the Masked Man angle? Who knows? What do you think of this Masked Man angle?
I think
I
if it's
didn't like it when
not
they did it with Theory,
I
and
think if it's
I
not
don't
Seth
like it now.
Rollins, like I think it should be Seth Rollins. Sometimes obvious is good. And if you want to build to Breaker and Seth before this injury, and Seth's not ready yet, but he will be at Mania, it's a great way that you can build this match and keep
If it
Seth
was going to be
healthy.
Seth, if it was going to be Seth, he should have took off his mask at the Rumble because he would have got the
But he's not
biggest
ready
pop of the
yet.
night.
He's hurt still, right?
It doesn't mean he has to wrestle.
But why put him in the chance where he could aggravate the injury?
So why do this story?
Because you can hide it under a mask,
But
not
it's a
put
bad
Seth.
story. It's not a good
Well,
story.
I mean, it's the best that you can do right now. If you want
I
to
don't
have
agree with
Seth,
that at all. There's got to be something better. There's
but
no
what
way
what do
that.
you do?
Hey,
What?
let's rehash the story that didn't work 3 months ago.
Yeah, I mean,
Really?
listen, I get it. It's not my favorite thing on the planet either, but I don't like it. It makes sense from a storyline standpoint, and I think when it comes to Seth Rollins at WrestleMania and Braun Breaker and all of this stuff with Vision in general, injuries have really mm, plagued this entire stable. And I
So
think that you got to pivot, right? And this is the
have,
best that you can come up with.
have you heard some of the theories on this Masked Man though? There are
I
people
hear
that
Jake Paul. I
actually
hear,
the amount of people that truly believe that that's John Moxley under that mask is
oh, that's
ridiculous.
stupid. Yeah, John
Is
Moxley will never leave
ridiculous.
AEW. He is the
No,
heart. He is the heartbeat of that company.
that's true. I will laugh when I was doing my I was watching some Royal Rumbles prior, and I can't remember what year it was. It was probably 24, and I'm watching a part where Seth Seth had come out to the Shield music
Yeah, against Roman that year.
against Roman that year, and I don't remember this. I just don't remember this, so I marked out for it when I heard it. You had Pat McAfee on the desk. He's like, I remember when Seth and Roman and Mox used to run all over this place. I'm like, he said
Yeah.
Mox.
I don't know. To me though, to go back to the men's chamber, I think it's a great opportunity for Jacob Fatu to win. You set up
Mhm.
Jacob and Drew, and you have Cody just pull the Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 20 and somehow interject
See,
himself into that match, right?
not I thought he was going to do that with the CM Punk Roman Reigns thing, but
I
I
just don't want to see it.
if he's
Punk and
going to do
Roman
that, the other match makes more sense. Punk and Roman, I think
adding
needs to
Cody to
stand on
that
its own,
match, I agree.
regardless.
I think adding Cody to that match actually takes away from it instead of adds to it. It
And
feels forced.
here's the other thing I don't like. I had a feeling they were going to get here anyways. They were going to get to the spot where CM Punk was going to be either the champion or going to face the champion. I had a feeling they were going to get here in 2026 regardless. So all that horseshit last year of here, Punk, here's your main event. I think that sullied everything. I hated it then, but I hate it even more now because it makes this main event that he actually earned by being a champion means less because of what they did last year.
I
I
agree,
hate
and
that.
I hated when they did it last year, and
Mhm.
I agree with that 100%. Let's shift gears. Let's go to the women. We have two women qualified already. We
Yep.
have Tiffany Stratton, who qualified on SmackDown, and last night Rhea Ripley qualified for the Chamber. I think
Okay.
a couple heavyweights already starting off here.
Absolutely.
Next week we have a triple threat match, which will be Bailey going up against Asuka, going up against Natty with her new
Oh,
character. That's
Jesus.
a big
You're
match.
gonna make me choose between those three. That's
Yeah.
one of those matches. That's one of those matches where I could and will give my opinion on who I want to win, but I don't care at that point. Anybody who wins that match, the only downside is two of those women won't be in the excuse me in the elimination chamber, and that sucks.
I'm so torn because I
I
really
I,
liked what I saw from Natty last night. I don't know if
I
I know
want
you
to.
haven't watched yet,
I haven't, but I want to see Natty murder people in that chamber.
but if she doesn't win, does it hurt the new character?
Depends on how she takes the loss. It just depends. If they give her a strong loss, if they give her like a really like somebody like a Bianca or a Rhea really just outsmarts her somehow and hits her with something, there's always a way for a monster heel to take a loss. Brock Lesnar has lost. These people have lost. Natty can lose. They just have to be smart about it. I just want to see her go in and murder people. That's what I wanted to see in the Royal Rumble. It's not quite what we got. I didn't mind her outing in the Rumble. It wasn't horrible, but it's not what I expected. I wanted her. If I was booking the Rumble, she probably would have been the Iron Woman. She probably would have.
Natty?
Yeah, she probably would have
What?
been knocking people out right and center. She wouldn't have won, but she probably would have eliminated like 11 people.
They gave her the big
That's how I would
elimination
have
with
booked that.
Becky, which they gave her the big elimination with Becky, and I'm enjoying what they're doing with the women's IC title right now because it's
Mhm.
kind of like Becky has it, Natty wants it,
Mhm.
Maxine is in the hunt, but AJ Lee is now back in the hunt, and we're going to see AJ Lee take on Becky Lynch at the Elimination Chamber for the Intercontinental title. But
Yeah.
I know you haven't watched Raw yet, and I'm sorry for spoiling so much for you, but I mean,
Go ahead.
we
It's
got to
fine.
talk about it. So Natty fought Maxine Dupree last night, and Natty
Yeah.
killed her. Natty threw her on the announce table. It was a double
Well,
count out.
but yeah, and that's been the story from the day from the beginning of Natty's
Yeah,
character, right? Wasn't she
yeah. They
wasn't
gave
she like
Maxine
training Maxine and
yeah, they gave Maxine a little bit of shine. Like she put the ankle lock on Natty like right away. They went to it was
Mhm.
like a 2 minute segment, but Natty threw up on the announce table, hooked in the sharpshooter, murdered her with it, and
This
then
is the absolute
AJ Lee made the save for Maxine. So now
this
you
is the
have
absolute
this.
smartest. Yeah, this is the smartest thing you could possibly do too. Because to be perfectly honest, and this is only my very very uneducated opinion, I'm not a wrestler, but this is my opinion. Maxine's not good.
I think
All
she's
right,
really improved a lot.
improved.
She needs to
That's
work on
not
her
saying much
facial
from where she
expressions a lot.
started.
Her in ring has been very solid, though. I will say her in ring has been
But
solid. She got to work
what
on
do
her
you
facial
do?
expressions a little bit.
What do you do when you want someone who needs a lot of work? You put them with the best. And I don't
Hmm.
give a fuck what anybody's going to say right now. Natty is still the
Well,
best to make somebody look good.
and she's also been
Natty,
working with Becky a lot as well,
Natty's
right?
going to make you look like $1 million. She's going to beat the shit out of you while she does it, but she's going to make you look like $1 million. And that's what Natty's doing right now. Natty's turning Maxine Dupree into a superstar right now.
Well, here's my prediction: is I think that we see AJ Lee take the Women's Intercontinental Championship at the Elimination Chamber in Chicago, her hometown. And
Okay.
I think we get a fatal four-way at WrestleMania for the IC title with all four of them.
Sure.
Natty,
I'm
AJ,
down for that.
Becky, and I think we see Natty take the belt at WrestleMania.
Okay. So who wins this triple threat then? So you're thinking Natty's not going to win this triple threat, though she's not going to be in the
Uh,
elimination chamber
I don't think
if she's gonna focus on the IC title. So you have Asuka and Bailey. Both Bailey. This is hard for me because I'm biased. Bailey's always been one of my favorites. Bailey has been since her NXT days. Bailey has been one of my favorite women's wrestlers ever.
Well,
And that hasn't stopped. So, do I want to see Bailey go on and succeed in the Elimination Chamber? Of course, I do. But this match is built for somebody like Asuka.
unless they can shoot an angle in the chamber, like if you put Natty in the chamber and you also have Maxine Dupree in the chamber, and
Yeah.
maybe like Maxine catches Natty with a roll up after Natty, dominates for a bit, and then Natty
Like
beats
that.
down Maxine after. So at least you have that
Yeah.
continued story going. We're also going to have, I just found these matches as well, which I missed. Alexa Bliss will be taking on Julia and Zelina for a
Hmm.
spot in the chamber. And we're also going to have Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu, and Sami Zayn fighting for a spot in the chamber as well.
Interesting. Interesting. So either Cody, going back to our conversation before, either Cody or Jacob will not be in the Elimination Chamber when we were
Mm.
thinking that they would both be in.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. I'm going to call Sammy in the Elimination Chamber. Because I think this is going to turn into Cody and Jacob moving on to WrestleMania to be against each other.
So how do you? So who do you put Drew with then? If you take Cody and Jacob out of this,
So so Sammy's in the Elimination Chamber. I mean, Randy's an option.
I think that Jacob
Give
Fatu,
give Randy 15 at WrestleMania. I'm not going to hate that.
Randy and Drew, it just doesn't scream. I'd like to see.
Could be
I'd like
Randy. Could be Randy, Drew, and Sammy.
I'd like to see Randy and Trick Williams at WrestleMania. In all honesty, I think that would be a really good match.
That would be
Because
really good.
there is a great angle, by the way, that I really hope that the WWE will play out. But Randy Orton, the youngest world heavyweight champion of all time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who is younger than Randy Orton right now at that time
A lot of
period? Well, a
people.
lot of people. Let me rephrase that. Do you know who is younger than Randy Orton was by 2 or 3 years before right now?
I mean, Javon
Javon,
Evans.
Javon Evans.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What a story that could be. Randy as
I
champion
mean,
and
Trick too.
Javon Evans.
Trick's got to be younger than Randy was too.
Not, I don't think he was when Randy won the
No.
title. Like Randy was like 22 or 23
Yeah.
when he won the
How
title.
old's how old's
Trick's
Trick? Trick can't be that old.
I think Trick's got to be 25. If I had, I'll look
Hmm.
it up right now.
Okay.
Let's see. Trick Williams. Trick Williams is 31 years old.
Trick. Really?
So, yes.
True what they say, I guess. Kid looks good.
I don't have a prediction for the women's rumble yet right now because I don't know because it looks like
Elimination
we're
Chamber, yeah.
sorry, yes. It looks like we're gonna get Liv Morgan and Stephanie Valqueras at WrestleMania.
Okay,
So
so I was just going to say
who
which
goes with
championship.
Jade?
Okay, so it's oh, fun. Okay, so there we go. I know she's not in the Elimination Chamber yet. Put Jordan Grace in there, have her kill everybody. I want Jordan and Jade at WrestleMania. That's what I want.
They just fought on SmackDown, I believe, or they're about to fight on SmackDown.
Do it again.
I'm gonna take heat for this, but I wouldn't hate a Charlotte Flair and Jade match. I would love to see Bianca Belair come back healthy.
I'm going with Jordan.
I would love that. I would love that as well.
Jordan is built for the Elimination Chamber. She's made for that kind of shit.
I would love to see it. I think the fans need to get a little more familiar with Jordan on the main roster before you're in that Mania spot. But
I'm gonna call out a name too that has not been announced, but maybe a last minute entry for it. I think we see maybe the return of Bianca Belair.
I hope so.
Goes into the Elimination Chamber.
That would be great because her and Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill at WrestleMania would be a great match.
100%, and it's a full circle thing. It's where this whole storyline started at Elimination Chamber last year.
Yeah, big part of it.
It'd be fun.
Yeah, I think it'd be great.
So yeah, we really didn't come to any conclusions here, but it's still early.
You know what,
next
though,
week on the show we might have some more answers.
Yeah, you have a better idea when we see the last couple qualifying matches will be announced and who's in on it. But I mean, give me Jacob Fatu right now for the men's. I just think I think if you put
I don't think he's winning that triple threat. I don't think him or Gordy are going to win that triple threat.
Because in my opinion, though, if you put Cody over in Chamber, because I think it's got to be one of those guys against Drew. But if you put Cody over, I just feel like it's too much. Like Cody always I think Cody needs to find another way in this year. I like this little wild man Cody. Like I think the fans will get annoyed if Cody wins this Chamber match.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like John Cena at this time last year, where everyone's like, "Oh no, he's going to win the Royal Rumble," and then he didn't win the Royal Rumble, and went out to win the Elimination Chamber. You kind of do the same thing with Cody.
Then
right?
he turned a bad guy.
He turned a bad guy. How awesome would it be if Cody turned heel at Elimination Chamber?
Oh, wow.
Just to go full circle. I would love that. How good would that be?
And then, of course, CM Punk and Finn Balor, which is going to be a great match. It's just going
to be a banger. Yeah, it's going to be a good match. They have zero plans to put a title on Finn Balor ever again, and I've made my peace with that. But it's going to be a phenomenal match. It really is.
He doesn't need it also right now. Like he's doing great stuff. I think we see him and Dominic Mysterio at WrestleMania.
That's the match I'd like to see.
And I think we see the return of the Demon at WrestleMania.
I would hope so.
But
I would hope so.
well, that's Elimination Chamber breakdown. We could jump
And,
into the list.
Yeah, I think that's it for Elimination Chamber, isn't it? So far,
That's
anyway.
it so far. I mean, 4 matches announced, 2 chamber matches. That's probably all we're gonna get, right?
Now we did see, we haven't talked about this on this episode yet, but of course we did see the career killer himself, Mr. Gunther, take out AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble, and that has inspired, I'm assuming, your list this week.
A little bit.
To a degree, anyways.
We talked so much about the John Cena retirement run last year, and it really dominated the year of professional wrestling. And I think we got a great payoff to it. And we did a list of the top 7 retirement matches of all time. But it's wrestling. And a lot of people don't know what the word retirement means in wrestling. So I thought we'd get a little creative.
You know how long retirement lasts?
3 weeks
Forever.
if you're some people.
Forever.
I was going to say 3 weeks if you're Mick Foley, but I thought it would be really fun to take a look at some people's coming out of retirement matches. Top 7 first matches back from a retirement. I don't know how to.
Spoiler alert. Number 1 is the debut of Chainsaw Charlie.
Now that was a debut, not a return. Sorry, Chainsaw.
Technically, it was a return for Terry Funk.
Listen, I'm going to tell you, there is no Terry Funk matches on my list. But it's not because I didn't want to. I could just never. I couldn't find what his returns and retirements were. Like his returns
were never grandiose. His retirements were always like, I'm retiring. His returns were always like, oh, I'm back.
Yeah.
Hey, Tara, hey, Tara, you back? Yeah, I've been back for like 3 weeks.
I just couldn't.
I had pantyhose on my face. Sorry, you didn't.
I just couldn't find out when his return matches were. Because at first I thought his first match back after a retirement was against Flair. And it wasn't. And I just was like, okay, that match was like months later. So, And same thing. I was like, oh, you know what? Like Rowdy Piper had that retirement at WrestleMania 3. I bet you his return match was great. So was $1 Million Man on a house show, which whatever, house shows doesn't count. I'm like, where's his first TV return? 48-second match against Barry Horowitz.
Shut up, really?
I wanted Piper to make the list, but sorry. So the criteria is you have to have either retired or quit wrestling.
Okay.
And after a long enough hiatus, you return.
And it didn't have to be like an announced thing. Like Stone Cold Steve Austin never said, "Hey, I retired, I'm gone." He just rode off in the sunset. We never saw him again.
Correct.
Right?
And I just need to tweak my list because I remembered what I forgot to put back on right now. And we're going to put that back on right now. And I'm going to tweak it at the last second here. I was going over my final preparation for my list, and I realized that I wrote my number 6 and my number 5 as the same thing. And now we are ready to reveal my number 7. And my number 7, we're going to go back. I got a little bit of a deep cut that I really enjoyed. And I'm going to give this one a little bit more than just the one match here, but we're going to focus it's solely this match. But I want to take us back to WrestleMania 25 with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Was that his first match back?
In a long time.
Was it really? Okay, so I'll just personal story. I'll bring you back to that night. I've mentioned this on the show a few times. WrestleMania 25 is really special to me because it's one of those ones where I watched with like a lot of my friends, and was having a really, really good time watching that match or watching that WrestleMania. Man, did I mark out for Ricky that night?
Looked great.
He looked amazing. Not just looked amazing. He was amazing. He wrestled like he was just an NXT. You know what I mean? Like Ricky was great that night.
He looked great, and he just also had another
I
retire. He had another
I was
retirement
ready.
match
I was ready
this
to be.
year.
I was excited because of Roddy, right? Because I'm a Roddy guy, but Ricky stole the show that night.
Yeah, so that was his first official match since 1994.
No kidding, eh? So
Yeah,
what was his very last match? What was his so-called retirement match?
it was a house show against Steve Austin. He hurt his back and had to retire.
Right. Okay.
And he did not have another official. He did some spots in Ring of Honor.
Steve Austin was with the company in '94. I thought he came in 95.
It
Really
was
interesting.
WCW.
Oh, that makes more sense.
It
Okay.
was for the U.S. title, and then Steamboat was the champ. He had to vacate the title, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan beat Steve Austin in 40
Right.
seconds.
That makes way more
So
sense.
yeah, so
Okay.
1994. So 2009, it's Chris Jericho defeating the team of Jimmy Snuka, Rowdy Piper, and Ricky Steamboat. But Jericho and
Hmm.
Steamboat just had this incredible chemistry together. And Steamboat like turned back the hands of time. It followed up with the next night where it was CM Punk, Jeff Hardy, John Cena, Rey Mysterio, and Ricky Steamboat teaming up in a 10-man tag against Jericho, Edge, Kane, Matt Hardy, and Big Show. But like the
Hmm.
real standout of this was Jericho and Steamboat at Backlash. I know
Yes.
that's not technically the match we're talking
No,
about
but
here, but I have to mention it because it's an incredible matchup. But yeah, Ricky Steamboat, he just snuck onto my list there. I had to make a really hard cut, and I'll tell you what that was after because I don't want to spoil it. But yeah, Ricky
I
Steamboat.
don't think I would have thought about this match, to be honest, but I'm glad it made your list. I love this. I love this spot. I love it.
Yeah, and the performance was wonderful. And Ricky Steamboat needs more flowers by this generation. So here you go. Um,
Do
number
you want to know how true that statement is? I saw somebody put up a match a list of the greatest matches of all time a couple days ago, and Savage Steamboat was nowhere to be found. This is a top
Well,
20, by the way, a top 20, and Savage
I
Steamboat
don't know
was
if Savage
nowhere to be
Steamboat
found.
makes my top 20 either, to be
Come
honest. Great
on,
match. I just
come
man, we've been spoiled with
on.
a lot of great matches. It's a top 50 for sure. I have to really sit down and see where I put it on my list.
I don't know,
I thought you turned into Road Warrior Hawk there.
man. What a rush.
Number six. I got Mick Foley's return to professional wrestling, and the one that I'm going to focus on
I was gonna
is
say which one.
his program with Evolution and Randy Orton.
All right.
I really enjoyed this match, and
Me too.
I really enjoyed this Foley run in general.
Hmm.
So the match in particular is
How long was it a really retirement? How long was he gone? 6 weeks?
he's
Like,
no, he was gone for like 4 years at this point.
all right.
Like he was gone long enough. This was his first match back since WrestleMania 16, as from what my research shows.
Okay.
But it was him and The Rock teaming up with or sorry, going up against Flair, Orton, and Batista
Hmm.
at WrestleMania 20. Super fun match. Foley looked good, but the match he had the next month with Randy Orton was probably the best match of his career. But this was a fun little run. Yeah, Foley. Now, technically, if you want to get technical, Foley's return match was at the Royal Rumble the month before, where he did
Yes, it
that
was.
angle. So
But he didn't match. So
if we're gonna call that his return match, then I will take it off the list. I do have a suitable replacement.
what's your replacement?
I need to know if it's coming off the list because it's a big match.
Because technically you're his return. Only because I'm thinking of a guy that I want on the list, and his return was also the Royal Rumble. So
Yeah, and
yeah.
Foley's spot in this Rumble was more of an angle though,
Was he an entrant in the
but
Royal Rumble? Was he
he
an entrant in the
was
Royal Rumble?
he was a because he attacked Test backstage and laid him
Yes,
out.
I know. Yeah.
Okay, if Foley's return match was the Royal Rumble, then we can take him off the list, and I will go with my alternate choice because I did have a standby ready in case this was an issue. So then
All right.
we're gonna go with the alternate choice, and it's gonna be I'm gonna forget the WrestleMania, but it's the return of Daniel Bryan to the ring.
Yeah, okay. I think this trumps Mick Foley regardless.
I actually just watched this match, and I will put it was such a well laid out match.
Yeah.
It was Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and they
Mhm.
laid Bryan out at the beginning of the match, so it was like Shane doing the majority of the work, and they really built to like the Bryan hot tag.
Yeah.
And man, did that guy get in the ring! And it was only about 3 or 4 years that he was out,
Well,
but
but that's enough, man. And what was he doing? Wasn't he like a general manager or something at the
yeah, he
time
was the general
too?
manager of
Yeah.
SmackDown, and Shane was the
Yeah.
owner of SmackDown, right?
Yeah. No,
So
you know what? I think I even without the controversy of Foley's which match, I put this I put this over Foley regardless.
yeah, and that's fair. Like it's a phenomenal match, like absolutely incredible match. I'm just trying to see how long the gap was.
I think the return just means more because yeah, we were seeing Dangle on our we were seeing Dangleson on our TV every week, but you knew there was something with him that you knew he didn't want to be in that suit. He didn't want to be on the mic. He
No,
wanted to be in the like between those ropes, and he wouldn't be happy until he did. And getting him bell to bell one more time was very, very special, very
ab
special.
absolutely,
So
and
I think that alone makes it ring worthy, list worthy.
well, and not to mention too, like the second, like that run that we got with him, like because he retired in 2015 and he
Mm-hmm.
came back in 2018 at WrestleMania 34. So yeah, that's a 3 year gap,
Yeah,
almost to the day actually. Now that I'm looking at it, but yeah, and the match was so good, and he came back and he was just cruising in it. So all right,
yeah,
well, sorry, McFoley, you're out.
yeah. I agree with that choice.
Number five, we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
go to the one and only AEW match on this list, and it's CM Punk versus Darby Allin.
I'm very surprised this is in a five spot for you because I remember I we were doing this show. I remember you during this period of time. I remember how much you marked out for this.
Yeah, and
So
this was a great match.
the fact that this isn't in your top three is very, very, very surprising to me.
It just
But
couldn't be.
I know what I want in my top three, so I personally think this is a good spot. But I'm just surprised.
It could be because I haven't watched a match in a long time,
Mhm.
also. But like this is a phenomenal match, and for CM Punk, the pressure that he was under going into this match, right? He had just made his return a couple weeks before this. It's his first match in over 8 years. He's in his hometown of Chicago. He's got Darby Allin and Punk.
That's the thing.
Punk.
Do you
He
think
hung.
Tony like does Tony smarten him up? He's like, by the way, Tony, this kid might die tonight. That's his gimmick. He just wants to die. He almost dies every night. So just try not to let him die, okay?
Yeah, and but
No pressure, no pressure.
this is one of my favorite Darby Allin matches too, though, because like Punk
Yeah,
made him.
that's a hard shot.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm not a big
Kid's got
Darby
four
guy.
good kid's got four good matches in him.
I mean, it depends on your take. He's not my cup of tea, but I don't like watching people get hurt. And I just
I just
it's
don't
not that
find him
I
talented.
it's not that I don't find Darby talented. I think that he when he wants to be especially, he can really I've seen some really good Darby Allin matches where he wrestles and but when he does these crazy like stuff with the
But
steps like with Christian, like I can't I just don't
uh,
want to see him get hurt. Like it's too much for me.
I don't know. There's guys who can pull that kind of stuff off and still be really good. Jeff Hardy comes to mind, where Jeff was always that daredevil, but Jeff also
He was a
had
safe
really
daredevil.
good. Jeff had really good matches. I don't watch Darby Allin match and say, "Oh, that was a really good match." That again, that's just me. This is old man yelling that cloud.
You get
But
that cloud. You get
I
that
just
cloud.
don't. I just don't. I don't get, and I get that he's not for me. Darby
Yeah.
is not for
And he's not for me
I'm
either.
I'm 44 years old. Darby's just he wasn't created for a guy like me, and that's fine.
Get that cloud, Mike. You get it.
Yeah, yeah.
But this is a very good match, and this is a great Darby Allin match, and him and Punk had great chemistry together, and man, it elevated both of them, because it got that chip off of Punk's shoulder, like man, the first one out of the way after so long, and it
Mhm.
elevated Darby to be in the ring with Punk, and say what you want about Darby, but he's in a top spot in this company, and this is one of the reasons why this match is a big part of that.
Mhm.
My number four, get your potatoes out. Because according to Kevin Owens, Stone Cold was throwing a bunch of them, but we got to talk about Stone Cold and Kevin Owens.
I'm glad this made your list. I was a little afraid it wouldn't. This was hovering between my number 4 and my number 3 spot
Yeah,
for sure. So this is a good spot for this.
this was just such a fun match, and it's exactly what it needed to be. And this was Stone Cold's first match in a long time, man, like 20
Since
years almost.
WrestleMania 19. From
Yeah,
WrestleMania 19 until what? WrestleMania
38.
38.
Yeah.
Almost 19 years. He rode with them.
WrestleMania, by the way, WrestleMania 38 night one,
Mhm.
it might be the best WrestleMania of all time.
I'm going to hold judgment on that, but I have to rewatch it. But pretty goddamn
Well,
good, I'll tell you that.
let me just like tell you this card. Like I'm gonna pull it up. WrestleMania
This,
38
this match,
night
this match, I had a list where this match. I don't remember what the list was, but I talked about this match not long ago
with Adam.
with Adam, and Adam called this match extremely overrated, and I'm gonna go ahead and counter that. I think this is one of the most fun WrestleMania matches in history.
It
I
was
absolutely
exactly
adore this match.
it was exactly what it needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like let Austin come out, let him throw some bombs. He took that big suplex on the concrete floor.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It was Stone Cold giving the fans what they wanted to see, and he didn't look bad doing it, which was great.
and it's
But
Kevin Owens playing the chicken shit heel
yeah.
because we don't have enough real good chicken shit heels anymore, and he played that role perfectly that night.
So this card, by the way, just to pull it up here, they opened up with the Usos against Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boggs, who blew his
Mm-hmm.
knee out in that match, never to be seen again.
Yep.
A incredibly underrated match that doesn't get talked about enough between Drew McIntyre and Baron Corbin.
Oh, I love that match.
That match was very, very good.
So good. Yeah.
The Miz and Logan Paul against the Mysterios was a very good
Damn
match.
good match. Yep.
And then it just starts going on another level here. Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch was an
Mm-hmm.
incredible match. The return of Cody Rhodes was an incredible match. I honestly think that's one of the best hours in WrestleMania history. People shit on this match. I thought it was really good, but Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey, I thought had a good match as well.
I don't understand the shit they hate for that match. I just don't
And
get
then
it.
Stone Cold and Kevin Owens. This is a
Yeah.
phenomenal card from top to
Yeah,
bottom.
it's 1000% a top 3 WrestleMania, if not worthy of your number 1 spot for sure.
And I really think too, like if you were to put both these nights and cherry pick like from it, this is the best WrestleMania ever. Because on night 2 you got Edge and AJ Styles, Johnny Knoxville and Sami Zayn. Like you take those 2 nights, and there was a great opener with RK Bro against the Street Profits and Alpha Academy. Like you
Mhm.
put those 3 matches on night 1, and you maybe bump Charlotte and Ronda to night 2 just to break up the women's matches a little bit. I mean, you great card here.
Agreed.
But that's my WrestleMania 38 rant. All right, let's move on to number 3. And I just want to know, Mike, after 6 years of doing Count It Out, you think you know me? This is where we talk about Edge.
Okay. This would have been my number 2.
Fair?
I have a feeling our top 3 will coincide. At least I hope it will. Obviously, the order will be a little different. So I'm interested to see where the order continues. But this was my number 2. I wish this could have been my number 1 because it's one of the greatest returns of all time.
Yeah.
Had he
But
not, had he returned in a excellent wrestling match, 100% this is my number 1.
mm,
He returned into a good Royal Rumble.
This is a
A,
top
a,
tier Royal Rumble, I
a
think.
very good Royal Rumble.
Yeah, because this is the
But
Brock Lesnar
to
dominant
me,
Rumble as well, right?
I was just about to say there's reasons why this was a very good Royal Rumble, and your boy Brock is one of those
Well, hold on, he's
reasons
not my
in
boy.
such a
Let's hold on. I'm not a Brock. I do really enjoy his work lately, but I'm not a he's not my boy. I don't agree with a lot of Brock Lesnar stuff that goes on outside of the wrestling world.
I thought you had his phone number and
I do not want to be in that group text chain message with Brock Lesnar and Vince McMahon. I'm not going down that road. But to me, the reason why I couldn't put him any higher than number three is because it was a Royal Rumble match,
yeah.
and he wasn't the main focus of it. But when he got in there, man, and again, the entrance alone
Well,
is putting him on
before
the
he got
list.
in there, the music they hit that music. Uh, Michael Cole's pop is alone sets that moment when
And then the
Michael Cole
cameraman misses
pops.
the spear.
Yeah, that might that might put him down to the number three spot for sure.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, no, this definitely deserves to be in the top three for sure.
Yeah, I think number three is a great
This is
spot for it,
this is one of the greatest returns of all time.
but it's not the greatest because the
Well,
greatest is my number one.
but you're talking about return matches. I'm talking about returns.
Oh, returns in general. This is one of the greatest moments in wrestling history.
Thank
This
you.
return of Edge.
Yeah,
The just for
this is
that
not.
his entrance
This
is
is
one of the greatest
this
moments in wrestling history.
this is okay to be your three spot for greatest return matches. As far as greatest returns,
Number
this is
one
a
with a
hard.
bullet.
This is number one. Yeah, number two.
Well, you just mentioned my boy, so let's talk
Okay,
about
all
him.
right, all
Brock.
right. So this is my number three. You just
Okay.
mix. You just turn around the two. Hopefully, our number ones match up. Um, but yes, number two. Go ahead.
Brock and Cena from Extreme Rules.
A hundred,
Great
a hundred
match.
percent.
The wrong
Great
guy won, but
match.
great match.
The return in general, yeah, I'm hot and cold in how I feel about whether or not the wrong guy won. Because I remember when it happened, everyone was bitching, and I'm just like, no, this is Cena's time. Of course, Cena won. I was happy Cena won. Looking back now, I'm like, did Cena really need that? I don't know. But then moving forward and seeing Brock murder John Cena for the rest of the decade, maybe I'm okay with John taking this one. You
Fair
know,
enough. I think it would have been cool if just like Brock was always seen as kryptonite. Because like even when they were
yeah,
like thugonomic Cena, like he could
yeah.
never beat Brock. Like
I put Brock.
if you take this match out of the equation and you have Brock beat him, Cena would never beat Brock on a big stage that I can remember at least.
If we're doing a Mount Rushmore of John Cena's greatest rivals, Brock has to be on there.
You put him on?
I think so
I
because they
think
go back all the way back. You know what I mean? He's been a
you put
thorn in
Brock
Brock.
over Hunter or Shawn. You put Brock over both of those guys for Cena rivals.
Sean for sure, for
You put
sure.
him over AJ.
Because I'm going full encompass, not just matches, right?
Yeah.
John and Sean had a great match. The rivalry,
Well,
not,
they were the tag champs together leading up to that
yeah,
WrestleMania.
not
You put him over Hunter.
not list worthy.
I didn't think Hunter was a great rival for John Cena either.
Hunter's not the first person to think of. Like,
Punk's on there for sure.
Punk's on there for sure.
Edge is on there for sure.
Edge is probably number one if we're doing a list for me.
I put AJ on there because I just think they're
let's throw AJ on there, and for me, it's Brock.
fair. I mean I can't argue that to a lot of extent there. I mean, The Rock you could talk about as well. The Rock was a big rival of
Sure.
Cena's.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean that's another list for another day. Although we are Mount Rushmore guys now.
Apparently.
Well, that
Thanks
leaves
a lot, Chris.
one match to go. Number one
We gotta be on
spot.
the same page here. We gotta be on
Yeah,
the same page. We're going to SummerSlam, right? Just tell me we're going to SummerSlam.
we're going to Monday Night Raw. Heath Slater against Psycho Sid, baby. That whole run of Heath Slater should be the number one. Of course.
So fucking much.
Of course, we're going to SummerSlam. Of course, we are talking about Shawn Michaels versus Triple H
We have
at
to. Okay, so
SummerSlam.
also my number one, it had to be.
This was
Um,
incredible. This was absolutely incredible.
listen, I don't care where I will die on this hill every day of the week. Shawn Michaels is the greatest in ring all round performer of all time.
Yeah,
I will die
I
on that
mean,
hill. I will die on the
I
hill every day of the week.
I
I
put him
will.
at number one as well. That guy has cut so many incredible promos over his career that people just forget about.
He was good everywhere. He was, when even Bret Hart will give you props on your career, you've done something right. When
Did
bitter
you
Bret
see
Hart
bitter?
go
Did you
ahead.
see bitter Bret Hart poke his head out the other day?
No.
He was doing one of those virtual signings, and somebody had mailed
Oh,
in the
oh,
Funko Pop, and he wouldn't
yeah,
sign it
okay.
because Sean signed it.
But that's not what it was. He has signed a lot of things there's proof of him signing behind Sean. Did you see the box?
No,
It was empty. He doesn't sign empty boxes because he knows people are just looking for an eBay resale.
is that what it was?
Yeah, it
Because
had
like,
nothing. There is evidential proof out there of several people having like actual figures, like two side by side figures of Sean and Brett, and he signed it. So
unless Brett signed them first.
I guess that's possible.
I
But
because
I call I call bullshit. I call bullshit.
for those virtual signings though, people pay money and they send in stuff, but you
Yeah.
can't send in a Funko Pop because it'll get destroyed. So you have to take the box apart and flatten it out.
Hmm.
So
I
I
call
don't know.
bullshit. I
I
I, I don't I don't believe that. I don't believe that's the reason he didn't sign it.
I hope it
Because
is. I love
bitter
Bitter
Bret
Bret Hart.
because bitter Bret Hart would have said that. He would have. That's his character now. Because I don't think he's that much of a piece of shit. I think he's seen that he has this
Bitter
niche
Bret.
now that people are listening to his bullshit.
I love
So
it.
I think he plays out. He's doing the cornet role where he's playing it up. And I honestly believe if that was the reason, he would have said, "I'm not signing beside that piece of shit," or "I'm not signing about." He would have said something homophobic or something. He would have.
Bitter Bret.
So I don't believe that's the reason. I think there's a different reason behind it.
I just love that somebody
The-
paid money to get that done. And like this
And
fan was probably so excited to get like
right,
this complete thing.
yeah,
And then all of a sudden Brett's like, nah.
nah. Now,
So
with that
Mike,
said, that all goes back to me saying that even Brett knows that he is a 10 on the mic, a 10 in the ring. I think he's just the complete package. He's everything. Break him down. Is there better in-ring wrestlers? Sure, there's a couple. A
you name
couple.
him though. I was gonna say you got to name him because
You
I
know,
can't think of
is is,
many.
is there anybody better on the mic? There's a couple. But
There's
nobody else in the whole world has the full packages. Everything the way Shawn Michaels was. And nobody had two careers that were so flawless the way Shawn Michaels did. Three careers, technically, if you want to go and count the Rockers as a whole separate career. You know what I mean? Because you could do the Rockers career, and then you have the Heartbreak Kid up until 1998, and then you have the Heartbreak Kid from 2002 on. Shawn Michaels has, without having to reinvent himself the way that Jericho has done and the Undertaker has done, he's never really had to do that so much, other than the DX stuff, I guess. But he's always been Shawn Michaels, and there's a reason they called him Mr. WrestleMania. There's a reason they called him everything they did, because the showstopper and all that shit. These are all nicknames that worked for him because he lived up to all of them every single time. So when he retired in 1998, as wrestling fans, it hurt us all. It really sucked because now you lose. Yes, it was he the man leading us out of the drought? No, that was Stone Cold Steve Austin. Him and Brett tried their best during the new generation. It wasn't them. They weren't bringing us out of that drought. But he was still the man holding that flag during one of the down times of wrestling.
Yeah, I think that's
When
the
he comes
only.
back,
I think that's the only thing that you can give a little bit of a
that hurt
strike on
Sean.
Sean is that he wasn't a
It's
big
the draw
draw.
power,
And not that he wasn't
unfortunately.
like he was still a good draw. Like he was a good draw. but
wasn't enough of a draw
he wasn't a big
during the,
draw.
no, and especially when they needed a big draw.
Well, but the company,
It's the Monday Night Wars.
the whole company was in a down spin by that point, though. Like that,
Yeah,
you can't fully blame Sean for that.
I don't. I blame Vince.
But
I blame Kevin Nash.
well,
I
wrestling
blame
wasn't
Brett.
cool
I
at the time,
blame, you
though.
know.
Wrestling wasn't cool at the
Well,
time. It started to get cool again
by
towards the end.
1997, it really was because the NWO was doing their thing.
Hmm.
So, but Sean still wasn't enough to fucking boot it up. It wasn't Sean that broke the
That was
86 week
Austin.
streak. You know what
Stone
I mean?
Cold. Stone Cold caught fire. But nobody
So
that's like there's three people. Like actually I would say there's only two people in the history of wrestling that have ever caught fire like that in the WWE, and that's
100%.
Hogan and Austin, right?
Hogan and Austin.
And
Yeah,
then in WCW it was the NWO and Goldberg.
for sure.
But I mean
So
that's a really exclusive club to be in, right? Like we haven't
so
like Cena didn't do it, Cody's not gonna do
no,
it, like
Roman didn't do it.
Roman didn't do it.
All this to say, when Sean came back in 2002, he thought, and I think we thought too, that okay, we'll get him back for a one-off. The fact that this sprung quite possibly the best leg of his career after coming back from a debilitating back injury
Mhm.
and in an extremely violent match against Triple H.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, he
And
didn't have to
then
do this. He
and
didn't
then
need to do this,
he
but
did come back and we got the brown
damn.
pants and the soccer mom haircut, and that was the best.
But this match, the SummerSlam match, it goes down as one of my favorite Shawn Michaels matches.
It had to be on the list. It had to be number one.
100%. I absolutely adore this match. I'm not sure if it makes my top seven Shawn Michaels, but it definitely makes my top seven Triple H.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
This match I think makes my top seven Shawn Michaels.
I think it does too. I'd have to do the work. I'd have to really do the math on it.
That's a list to put together one day.
It's a great list. Both those are, because Triple H has had some bangers that people don't want to talk about because people love hating Triple H, but a Triple H match would be
I
fun.
I love Triple H, and I do think though that he's a little bit overrated.
He is
And
in my
that's not like
he
a
is in
knock on him because I think very
yeah,
highly of Triple H, but
he is in my
like
top seven favorite wrestlers of all time.
favorite is different though. That's from the
But
heart.
but I'm talking favorite here. I am
Ah,
talking when it's the guys that I want to watch.
yeah,
Triple H has always been one of those guys.
but where does he rank in the best of all time list though? Is he in your top seven best of all time? If you had to put
I
that
don't
list
think so.
together,
I don't think so. No,
it's in your top 10,
probably not.
20?
Yeah,
I have to think about that.
yeah,
Triple
definitely
H or
my
Rand,
20.
Triple H or Randy Orton.
Triple H.
I might.
Randy, maybe Randy. That's hard. That's so hard. I think Randy's in ring helps boost him just a little bit. Um, Triple H's promos and his character work, I think, are better, but Randy's in ring really elevates him.
Triple H or Sting.
It might be Randy. All around,
Sting all around.
all
Everything.
around, just from a draw perspective alone, Sting has to take it.
I agree.
Sting's one of the biggest draws in wrestling history.
Sting was something that Triple H never was. He was the face of a company.
That's absolutely
That's a
true.
that's a big thing.
Um, I also don't know if Sting makes my top 10 though.
Oh, Sting doesn't make my top 10.
Okay,
But
all right.
he's
He's
higher
in my
than
top
Triple
20.
H.
He's in my top 20, but he's not in my top 10.
Sting! Anything that wasn't on my list tonight that you think should have been on there? Add some honorable mentions.
No, you got all the ones that I wanted to see. Yeah,
I'll give you my
go
honorable
with your
mentions
honorable
then.
mentions. Yeah, you got all the
Trish
ones I wanted.
Stratus. Trish Stratus teaming with John Cena against
What was
Santino
her
and Beth
return?
Phoenix.
Okay,
Take
I
your
totally forgot
pick.
about that match.
Take
Yeah.
your pick. But
Mhm.
you could also put our Elimination Chamber match that we saw in Toronto last year, her Charlotte Flair match. Take your pick with Trish. She's had a bunch of really
Sure.
good ones.
Yeah.
Uh, for fun, Lita against Heath Slater. Very fun.
Okay. Yeah.
Lita in the Royal Rumble also was a nice return, but her
Yes,
real
that was
return
great.
was the I think the 6-woman tag at WrestleMania. Lita had a fun little return run.
Sure.
Um, we talked about Edge at the Royal Rumble. We talked about Daniel Bryan. How about Paige, Saraya against Dr. Britt
Absolutely.
Baker? That was a
Yeah.
really strong contender for me. Christian
Hmm.
at the Royal Rumble. That was
I
a
was
great
gonna
moment.
say Christian needs to be an honorable mention there. Yeah.
AJ Lee at WrestlePalooza, that tag
Hmm.
match.
Hmm.
And Beth Phoenix teaming with Edge against The Miz and Maurice.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Those are my honorable mentions. If I missed something,
They
let me know.
they all deserve to be honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But that's it. Yeah.
that's where we are. And that's
I
where
like
we
it.
are.
That was a good list, man. That was a
Fun
really
time.
good list.
Felt good to do this. It's been a while.
Yeah,
I haven't done a list this year, I don't think.
I really enjoyed that, and you have not. You haven't been on the show this year.
I think I was
So,
on the show once, wasn't I? Didn't I do
well,
one show this year?
technically you were on for the year-end show and for Wei Ting, but we recorded those in December, so it doesn't really count.
Sure, I
The
thought I
only
did one.
the only thing you've recorded in January was on the draw.
Yeah, that's fair, actually. You are correct.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here I am. Better late
But
than never,
it's
folks.
good to have you back.
I'll probably be
Hopefully,
gone. I'll probably be gone next week,
yeah,
but
I was gonna say I don't know how long we got you for, but it's good to have you back every once in a while. Guys, don't forget, I swear to God, you're not going to regret it. This coming Tuesday, check out everywhere you see on your podcasts. Go check out Talk Solid Wrestling with our good friend Adam Colton. He'll be talking to Marcus Ryan, Uncle Custom himself. It's the debut episode. You're really going to love that. Anything you want to plug? What's Bear Wrestling got going on? A big show in March?
March 7th, we have Wrestle
Wrestle
Epic
Epic.
3. Number
Yeah.
3, which I like Wrestle Epic. It was the first show I ever did commentary for, was Wrestle Epic 1. So Wrestle Epic has a special place in my heart. We're going to see Kyle Boone take on Young Jay Lee for the heavyweight championship, which, by the way, happy belated birthday to Kyle Boone, as this airs on Thursday. But as we record this, it is his birthday today. To the sweet
Mm-hmm.
treat, Kyle Boone, we will get that over, I promise you. We're also going to see Kuya Cole taking on Brian Sinclair in the finals of the breakout tournament. Lots of shenanigans that have gone
Kuya,
on there.
Kuya, just be. I hate Brian Sinclair.
And
Kuya, take care of that guy.
I
Take care of
want
that guy.
I
Shut him
want
up.
to I also want to give a public apology to Kuya Cole as well because I said his name wrong at the last show
How did you say Kuya Cole's name wrong?
because I forgot what his nickname was. I because he was in a Royal Rumble match, so I didn't
Okay.
have to go and get everybody's information. And then I was like,
Yeah.
fuck, Kuya's got a nickname. And I couldn't remember it off the top of my head. So I went to Wilson, who was beside me, who knows Kuya very well as well. And I said, Wilson, you go, what's Kuya's nickname again? And he goes, I don't know. I'll go find out. And I was like, Wilson, Kuya is like, I think he's going to be coming out any minute now. Right? He said, don't worry, I got this. So Wilson ran all the way around. They've changed the entrance for Barry Wrestling now, so it's in the locker room now. So Wilson ran all the way to the locker room, ran in, went to Kuya, asked him what his nickname is, comes back to me. So I got it. It's the Groove. I said
Okay.
the
That,
Groove. That doesn't sound right to me, but
is that right? That
I
doesn't
said
sound right.
okay.
Okay.
So the timer goes down. Man, the next entrance, the Groove, Kuya Cole. I'm like, that doesn't sound right to me. So I went on Instagram. It's the proof.
The
So
proof.
the proof,
The
Kuya
proof.
Cole.
That's right. I knew that because I'm trying to think. I'm like, I've announced Kuya to the ring before. What did I say? And I'm trying to like it's on my tongue. What was it?
Yeah.
The proof. Yeah.
Yeah, it was not the groove. So Kuya had a good laugh about it after the show.
What
He joins
was
I would like to say it's an
he
exclusive
from?
club.
Was he from the Ukraine or
Yeah, I would like to say he's joined an exclusive club of my botch announcements, but that club is not very exclusive
no longer
anymore.
exclusive? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's an open
Yeah.
membership to that club now.
Hey,
But
him, Reversal, and a few other guys are going to start a support group.
yeah, no kidding. So welcome to the you're officially a Barry wrestling guy if I botch your entrance. So
That's right.
You join Fuerza, you join Reverso. I botch everybody's entrances. Yeah.
All right. Well, it's always
Take us
good to have
home.
you back, buddy. Always good to have you back. Ladies and gentlemen, you know the drill. Hit that subscribe button. We love it when you do that. If you haven't done it already, tell someone else to do it. Yeah, if you have someone who loves wrestling, tell them to listen to this show. We need all the ears we can get on this show. Give love to all our friends. Tom talks rubbish. Do your Tom impression there again.
No.
No, I love
Tom talks rubbish. I love it.
love
Sometimes,
love it.
sometimes I'll just
Love it.
play. Sometimes
Very
I'll
cool.
just pick a
Very,
random video just to hear him do it because I quite enjoy it.
very cool, my friend. Tom talks rubbish.
Love some Tom.
Talk solid wrestling. The
Yeah,
draw.
check out Rock
listen-
Solid Wrestling. I think they have a show on Family Day, I believe, at Wasaga Beach. Is that correct?
They do in Wasaga Beach on Family Day. Yeah, I'm. I should probably be with my family and not go to that show, but we'll see.
Maybe you should take your family to that show. It's only $3 to get in. I listen,
That's
Adam. I listen.
And until next week, my friends, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know who I'll be with. It doesn't matter. You'll listen, right? Right? You'll listen.
You
Until
want to hear
then,
Mike? You want to hear Mike yell at a cloud? Tune in to Count It Out, brother.
I'll be yelling at all the clouds. And until then, you have been counted out.
Cheers.